Deep into the night, across the treacherous expanse of Bass Strait, a solitary Cessna aircraft cuts through the inky blackness. Inside, a young pilot's voice, calm at first, breaks the radio silence with an unusual report. He speaks of an object, a strange presence in the vast Australian sky. The air traffic controller listens, puzzled, as the pilot's words grow more urgent, more bewildered. Then, a chilling declaration that defies explanation, a phrase that would forever etch this flight into the annals of aviation mysteries: it's not an aircraft. A pilot can lose altitude, a radio can lose signal. But in October 1978, Frederick Valentich seemed to lose something stranger, the boundary between an ordinary flight and a mystery that still has no confirmed ending. Welcome to Legacy Vault, where we explore the shadows of history and the stories that refuse to be forgotten. Tonight, we delve into the final flight of Frederick Valentich, a disappearance that remains an open question, suspended between the known and the utterly unknown. Our story begins with Frederick Valentich, a promising 20-year-old Australian pilot. On the evening of October 21, 1978, he was embarking on a routine cargo flight. His aircraft, a single-engine Cessna 182L, registration VH-DSJ, was a common sight in the skies, known for its reliability. Frederick departed from Moorabbin Airport, a busy general aviation hub near Melbourne, Australia. His destination was King Island, a small, remote island situated in the Bass Strait, a challenging stretch of water between mainland Australia and Tasmania. The journey across Bass Strait, especially at night, is not to be underestimated. It's a body of water notorious for its strong currents, unpredictable weather, and limited visual references. For a pilot flying solo in a small aircraft, the darkness can be disorienting. Without the clear horizon and land features, it's easy to experience spatial disorientation, a condition where the pilot loses track of the aircraft's attitude and position relative to the Earth. Emergency landing options are virtually non-existent over the vast, cold water, making any mechanical issue potentially fatal. At approximately 7:06 p.m., just after passing Cape Otway, Frederick Valentich contacted Melbourne Flight Service. He reported seeing an unusual aircraft about 1,000 feet above him. This was unexpected, as air traffic control had no known traffic in the area at his cruising altitude of 4,500 feet. The controller, Steve Roby, confirmed this, stating there was no commercial or military traffic reported. This initial exchange immediately sets a tense stage. A pilot sees something, but official records suggest nothing should be there. Valentich continued his description, attempting to make sense of what he was witnessing. He reported 4 bright lights and an unusual, rapid movement. He described the object as fast, almost as if it was orbiting above him. The appearance was distinct, a shiny, metallic surface, later described as having a green light on it. His voice, captured on the crackling radio, conveyed a growing sense of bewilderment. He couldn't identify the type of aircraft, suggesting it was unlike anything he had seen before. The mystery was escalating, not diminishing. As the encounter intensified, Valentich reported a new, alarming development: his engine was running roughly. The Cessna's single engine, his sole power source over the dark Bass Strait, was faltering. Was this a coincidence, or somehow connected to the strange object above? He continued to describe the object, now saying it was pacing him. Then, a moment of profound uncertainty, his voice filled with a chilling finality. His last words, broadcast across the airwaves, became a haunting testament to an unfolding enigma: it's not an aircraft. Following Valentich's final, cryptic declaration, the radio signal was not immediately cut. Instead, the control tower heard an unusual metallic or scraping sound, a noise that defied easy explanation. And then, silence. Complete, unnerving silence. Steve Roby, the controller, attempted to re-establish contact with Valentich, calling out his call sign, VH-DSJ, repeatedly. But there was no response. The 20-year-old pilot and his Cessna 182L had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a broken transmission and a host of unanswered questions. The flight that began as routine had ended in profound mystery. The disappearance of Frederick Valentich triggered an immediate and extensive search operation. Authorities launched sea and air searches, scouring the vast and unforgiving waters of Bass Strait. Rescue coordination centers were alerted, and a massive effort began to locate any sign of the missing pilot or his aircraft. Search parties combed shorelines and flew systematic patterns over the suspected crash site, but the ocean offered no easy answers. The sheer scale of the search area, combined with the treacherous conditions, presented an enormous challenge for rescuers. Despite the significant resources deployed, the search proved fruitless. No confirmed aircraft wreckage, no debris field, and no sign of Frederick Valentich's body were ever recovered from Bass Strait. This absence of evidence was, in itself, a confounding factor. For an aircraft to simply vanish without leaving any trace is highly unusual. The official investigation by the Department of Transport could not determine a definitive cause for the disappearance. The conclusion was simply presumed fatal, leaving the exact circumstances of his final moments shrouded in uncertainty. Years after the disappearance, a small, intriguing piece of potential evidence emerged. An engine cowl flap, reportedly from a Cessna 182, was found washed ashore on Flinders Island, located within the Bass Strait. While this discovery sparked renewed interest, it did not conclusively solve the case. Forensic analysis could not definitively link the cowl flap to Valentich's specific aircraft, VH-DSJ. Although it was considered consistent with the type of aircraft and the possible range of a drifting object from the general area, it was not enough to close the book on the mystery, serving only as a tantalizing hint amidst the enduring silence. With the official investigation inconclusive, various theories emerged to explain Valentich's disappearance. One of the most grounded explanations revolves around spatial disorientation. As we mentioned, flying over dark water at night, with limited visual cues, can trick a pilot's senses. The inner ear, which helps with balance, can send conflicting signals to the brain when there's no visible horizon. This can lead a pilot, even an experienced one, to mistakenly believe they are flying straight and level when in reality they are in a dive or turn, often resulting in a fatal graveyard spiral into the water. Other grounded theories suggest misidentification of what Valentich saw. Perhaps he saw reflections from his own aircraft on the water, or lights from distant islands, or even celestial objects like bright stars or planets that appeared to move due to his own aircraft's motion. The reported engine trouble could have been a separate, unrelated mechanical failure. A catastrophic engine failure over Bass Strait would inevitably lead to a crash, with the deep, cold water quickly consuming the aircraft, making recovery incredibly difficult or impossible. This scenario would provide a grim, yet plausible, explanation for the lack of wreckage. A more speculative, yet still grounded, theory posits that Frederick Valentich staged his own disappearance. This suggests he intentionally crashed or landed his aircraft elsewhere to start a new life. While there's no direct evidence to support this, the absence of wreckage can sometimes fuel such speculation in cases of vanishing aircraft. However, for a young pilot with a seemingly normal life and aspirations in aviation, this motive lacks strong backing. Most investigators find it less probable than accidental causes, especially given his calm, then increasingly concerned, radio transmissions. Despite the grounded theories, none fully satisfied everyone, especially given the eerie nature of Valentich's final transmission. The case quickly became a sensation in UFO circles. Valentich's description of a rapidly moving, shiny object with unusual lights, coupled with his emphatic declaration, "It's not an aircraft," seemed to align perfectly with descriptions of unidentified flying objects. The absence of wreckage and the official inability to determine a cause left a vacuum, a space where speculation could thrive. For many, this wasn't just an aviation mystery, it was tangible evidence of something truly inexplicable. The UFO theory, like many compelling mysteries, did not need concrete proof to survive. It only needed silence, darkness, and a final transmission that sounded impossible. As news of Valentich's disappearance spread, so did anecdotal reports of UFO sightings in the Bass Strait area, both before and after his flight. These reports, while unverified, added another layer of intrigue to the case, reinforcing the belief among some that Valentich had indeed encountered an extraterrestrial craft. The very lack of definitive answers cemented the story's place in popular culture as a quintessential unexplained phenomenon. Beyond the theories and the folklore, the heart of this mystery remains deeply human. Frederick Valentich was not just a pilot, he was a 20-year-old man, a son, a peer, with a future in aviation ahead of him. His disappearance wasn't a historical footnote discovered years later, it unfolded in real time, his final moments broadcast to a listening world. This personal element, the young voice struggling to comprehend an impossible sight, is why the story of Frederick Valentich still resonates so powerfully today. It's a reminder of human vulnerability against the vast unknown. Whether Frederick Valentich encountered something truly impossible, or whether he simply saw something ordinary at the worst possible moment, is a question that continues to echo. Perhaps the truth, along with his aircraft, sank deep into the dark, unforgiving waters of Bass Strait, forever beyond our reach. All that remains for us are the fragmented details, a flight plan, a broken radio transmission, and a single, chilling sentence that still haunts the collective memory of aviation history: it's not an aircraft. The Legacy Vault will continue to explore the mysteries that shape our world.